How's it going, YouTube? Spikesmth here, chillin'. What's up? I got another 2v2 game for you. I got myself here as the blue Protoss, my partner in domination, Doc Murder's the red Zerg, against a teal Zerg and the purple Terran. This game actually runs quite a bit long, so we're going to fast forward. There's a lot of slow points where we're just kind of massing up. We had the problem in the past of where I'd try to take too aggressive an expansion or attack too quick, and then we wouldn't have enough armies to fight off our opponents who had massed. Anyway, so I'm going ahead with the standard gateway opening. Looks like typical beginnings from everybody. We're just going to speed it up. Not a lot happens. We just do a quick scout out over here, if you can see that, and then scout over here, see that. So I'm actually going to speed it up. Oh, here we go. We got the Zergling harass coming in here. Put it down to a regular speed so we can see what happens. And they come in here. Not too successful. Not quite going to take that queen down, unfortunately. But it does interrupt his resources. Let's see. Yep, his resources went down for a second. You'll see here my resource count is very high. I'm doing quite well on my resources, as I try to always do. But it also means that I'm light on my army early on. So we'll speed up. Still massing up. Just sending out scouts. Speed it up even more. Okay, here we go. So here comes Teal with a Zergling rush. Let's see what happens. Yep, he runs right by me, right into my mineral line. And at this point, now my resources get harassed. This was a pretty good counter by them, but I had a couple of zealots to deal with it. And, honestly, they did more damage to us than we did to them on that attack. And his Reapers actually can be quite deadly, but my partner, Doc Murda, is going to harass him, push him back, keep him contained. So we'll speed up. We see the Zerg is gone for Roach and then Reapers. So I don't know what that means. We're just going to try to mass up and tech and macro and take them down. So I'm going to go ahead and go air, because none of these units can attack air, obviously. Slow it down a little bit, and still nothing happening. So we're going to keep speeding it up. I got my expansion up. Finally am I making drone probes for it. They keep scanning our entrance, but nothing really big happens with it. Games just keep massing up. Keep massing up. Here we go. I'm adding some more gateways for better income throughput. Looks like I'm still #1 in resources, which is good. Alright, looks like our opponents are starting to push out a little bit. They're trying to take map control. Luckily, we spot them because of smart use of the tower here. Also, he's coming back with some Mutalisks here to harass my partner. So here they come in the front door. And with a little help from my friends, we'll be able to repel this. And they're going to get pushed back. But now here comes their little counter punch. Oh, he has no economy there, so he'll go attack him back at the natural. Luckily, we're nearby, and I have a Phoenix to give him a little bit of air problems. Plus the good old Stalkers. And of course, the Queens are very, very useful for anti-air early on anyway. So we're going to pick off a couple of them. He's thinking about flying over to my spot over here, but he ends up hiding back up here in the corner. So for now, everything's okay. I think I put up a cannon or two. Whatever. Anyway, So the game continues. We'll speed it up. Speed it up. Speed it up. So now both sides are expanding, massing up. He's going for more barracks. He's getting some tanks. We got more roaches. Roaches are crazy. They are armored and they have pretty good damage. So I don't know. I'm not a Zerg player, so I don't know all the ins and outs of it. But they're definitely formidable when you're up against them. So this Phoenix got himself a kill. So we're just massing up. Looks like he's starting to put an expansion up over here. So at this point, we're kind of behind, actually. A lot of times we make the mistake of this is the timing we want when we try to push out, but honestly, they've got a strong army. They've got these tanks and these Hellions, so if we pushed out, we'd probably be in some trouble. So it's a good thing that we hang back. Luckily, we did see this, and so Doc Murda is going to be able to deny, cause him to run that thing away. Good work. And right here, we are lucky to see these Mutalisks floating around. We also call for the scout down here at the gold, but so far we're clear. But so I pull my army back here thinking, oh shit, these mutas are going to come in and harass me, but no, they're just floating around. Just getting map control. And that's what they're good for. That's what they're most commonly used for. And unfortunately, Zerglings are completely helpless against them. Once I realized that they weren't coming to my base, I take my forward position again. So we'll speed it up some more. Continue massing. Nothing's really going to happen. At this point, I have my carriers. I don't believe I have my upgrades yet, do I? Oh, yes. So my carriers are upgraded. What have they got? Yeah, +1 weapons on my carriers, so they're going to be just that much more effective. Right here we can see we've got Ultralisks on the way. So both sides are just massing up. Haven't quite maxed out my army, but yeah, it looks like everybody's pretty much about even. Let's see here. Okay, so we notice they're down here. Luckily, I've got overwhelming force, at least until the bulk of his shit down here comes up. So I see this and I'm like, yo, teammate, Doc Murda, come help me, come help me. And luckily we do. So he gets up here. These Hydras are slow sometimes. Anyway, so he comes up to assist. And here's where we're going to have basically a battle that's somewhat going to determine the outcome of this game. So we're going to do a bit of a pincher. He comes on the right. I'm going to come on the left. We're going to push in. Unfortunately, he has so many tanks behind it, it's devastating. And then the Ultras come in. The Ultras come in and tear up my land forces. Luckily, his air is not all that strong. My carriers are doing pretty well. 4 kills, 2 kills each. But it's just not going to be enough. Time to fall back. Time to fall back. Or at least keeping them alive and getting some kills on their belt. That's a good thing. So they're going to keep the pressure on. Unfortunately, the Terran's a little immobile. If he was a little quicker on that, he would have come up here and maybe caught my carriers out of position. Anyway, so let's increase it a little bit. I'm trying to re-bolster. I got another carrier back at least. And luckily, I believe I still have my Phoenix. Now here I pull off a nice little bit of micro right here. So he's pulling up his tanks. We're fighting him off. And he finally deploys his tanks. Watch this. We take out the roaches. I see, oh no, we have these 3 tanks. Gravity lift. So I cut his artillery down by 1/3. And easily took out a lot more when we could have lost probably at least a few more units without that. So micro is important. Practice. You know your hotkeys. So we'll speed it up. At this point, we should have pushed, but again, we were afraid that maybe they have an expansion. Maybe these guys were hard macro kings. Oh, he's going to the third in-base hatchery. So we're just going to check up here for this other expansion again, because I don't think we actually killed off the one. Yeah, see, it's still over here. He hasn't even put it back out again. So we'll speed up. So now we're just taking map control. I am expanding again because I'm completely out in my main, and my natural is a bit crowded. So we still need to keep tabs on the gold down here. But here we go. Here we're going to have another somewhat decisive battle, I believe, right here. Oh. Yes, I think we're going to get ruined in this battle. Although these carriers are really nice against the Thors. These extra mutas make it tough. So we have to fall back. Fall back. And, he's got a huge force up here. He needs to get him up here. For some reason I warped my units back here. Should have warped him here at my expansion, but it'll all work out. His forces are actually somewhat diminished. I can take out these ultras. Just have to try to micro and fall back. And with the assistance here, and the Zerglings are very nice against Thors. With a combination of the Hydras. Let's see what kind of upgrades. Oh yeah, 2 armor, 1 weapons. Very nice. I have 1/1/1 on my carriers, so that's very nice. Let's see what his Thors have. No upgrades on the Thors. So there's one of your problems. Only 1 weapon upgrade on his worms. So we'll speed it up some more. A little bit more standoff building up. I'm redistributing my probes. And we're just going to keep building up. Reinforcing my carriers. How many carriers this guy has? 5 kills. Very nice. Very nice. So I'm getting my number 2 upgrade on my air and blink stalkers, and upgrade on my ground. So my forces are going to be extremely much more effective. So here we go. Looks like we're approaching. Oh, he's had this random muta floating up here for a while. Thought we were going to resolve it there, but let's push forward a little bit. We're almost done. Ooh, notice he gets this gold and he goes a mega mule on it, which is probably pretty smart, because at least on the graph afterward I noticed his graph spiked incredibly quickly. But Doc Murda with the harass and the disablement was very good. Here we go. Here comes the decisive battle. We catch them in the bottleneck. Granted, his mutas are here and they're doing pretty good damage, but just not enough. Too many Hydras. I blink my stalkers in because we need to get rid of this battle cruiser with no upgrades, and we need to get rid of these Thors. So that battle basically was it. We just, you saw it for yourself. We just rolled over them. So I just wanted to cast this one because it was a fun mass game. We're just gonna fucking take him down now. So we're just picking him off. Everyone's going to, he's about to good game it in a second. And instead of even bothering with his expansion, well, he's gonna take that out. But we run in the front. He's got nothing. He's got 1 battle cruiser. I have 5 carriers, so that is a good game. Alright, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. Hail motherfucking science. Peace.